Imagine finding yourself surrounded by individuals who project an aura of trustworthiness, only to discover that they're the very source of your disquiet. What if I were to unveil 9 distinct personality types who, despite their outward appearances, might not be deserving of your trust and unwavering respect? This revelation, as we delve into it together, has the potential to fundamentally transform your relationships, leading you towards deeper connection and inner peace. As the adage wisely reminds us, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and only 5 minutes to ruin it. Trust is the bedrock of every meaningful connection, binding us to our friends, family, and acquaintances. But what transpires when this foundational trust is misplaced, betrayed, or exploited? In this comprehensive exploration, spanning the depths of human psychology and interwoven with the enduring principles of Stoicism, we will dissect 9 specific types of individuals who may prove unworthy of your trust and respect. This journey is not about judgment or condemnation, but rather about cultivating discernment, developing emotional intelligence, and fortifying your inner circle with individuals who genuinely uplift and support your well-being. Together, let's navigate these treacherous waters of human interaction, learn how to safeguard not only our trust, but also our peace of mind, and ultimately cultivate more fulfilling and authentic relationships. 1. The manipulative individual. First, our exploration begins with the manipulative individual. These individuals are the masterminds of deception, artfully crafting webs of lies and emotional manipulation with calculated precision. They often wear masks of charm and concern, meticulously cultivated to project an image of trustworthiness and empathy. However, beneath this carefully constructed facade lies a calculating mind that sees others as mere tools to be used for personal gain, their emotions and vulnerabilities exploited for their own selfish ambitions. Their skill lies in subtlety. Their manipulation is often not overt, but rather a series of carefully orchestrated actions and carefully chosen words, making it a dangerous game of shadows where the lines between truth and falsehood become increasingly blurred. How do you spot these master manipulators? Look for inconsistencies in their stories and actions. They might promise you the world with grandiose declarations, but deliver nothing of substance, their promises evaporating like morning mist. Their words often don't match their deeds. They say one thing, but do another, creating a constant dissonance between their words and their behaviors. Pay close attention to how they speak about others, particularly those who are not present. Manipulators often engage in bad-mouthing those who are not in the room, a subtle yet revealing hint of how they might speak of you in your absence, painting you in a negative light when you are not there to defend yourself. Their tactics can include guilt-tripping, making you feel responsible for their problems or misfortunes, even when you are not. They may use gaslighting, subtly distorting reality to make you doubt your own perceptions and sanity, leading you to question your memories and judgments. They may play the victim, feigning helplessness and vulnerability to garner sympathy and control, drawing you into their web of dependency and manipulation. They are adept at twisting facts and situations to their advantage, often leaving you feeling confused, disoriented, and doubting your own sanity. Remember, trust is a precious treasure, a gift to be given wisely and protected fiercely. With manipulators, this treasure is constantly at risk, vulnerable to their deceit and exploitation. Their impact extends far beyond mere disappointment or inconvenience. Prolonged exposure to such individuals can lead to profound emotional and psychological distress, eroding your self-esteem, undermining your confidence, and leaving you feeling drained and emotionally exhausted. It's crucial to trust your instincts, that inner voice that whispers warnings when something feels off. If you consistently feel drained, undervalued, or confused after interactions with someone, it may be a telltale sign of their manipulative behavior, a red flag signaling the need for caution and distance. The key to dealing with manipulators is setting firm boundaries, drawing clear lines that define what is acceptable and what is not in your interactions. Be clear about what behaviors you will tolerate and what behaviors you will not, and be prepared to enforce those boundaries consistently and assertively. Don't be afraid to say no, to refuse their requests, or to question inconsistencies in their stories or behaviors. It's also important to maintain emotional distance, guarding your heart and your vulnerabilities. While you can be cordial and polite, avoid sharing personal information or relying on them for emotional support, lest you give them ammunition to use against you. In some cases, the best course of action might be to cut ties completely, to sever the relationship and remove yourself from their sphere of influence, especially if the manipulation is causing significant harm to your well-being, eroding your mental health, and undermining your sense of self. It's not easy, especially if the manipulator is a close friend or family member, someone with whom you have a long and complex history. But protecting your mental health is paramount, a non-negotiable priority. In the realm of Stoicism, we are reminded of the importance of discernment and emotional resilience, the ability to recognize and manage our emotions in the face of adversity. Stoics believe in facing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be, accepting the world with all its imperfections and complexities. Recognizing and accepting that someone is manipulative, acknowledging their true nature, allows us to make informed decisions about our relationship with them, empowering us to protect ourselves from their harmful influence. As we move on from manipulators, we open ourselves to more genuine and healthy relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual support, where trust is given freely and received with integrity. Stay tuned as we uncover the second type of individual in our next segment, where wisdom and awareness continue to guide us through the complexities of human relationships. 2. The perpetual critic. Now let's turn our attention to the second type of individual you might want to be cautious about, the perpetual critic. These are the people who seem to have made a habit of finding fault in everything and everyone around them. Their eyes laser-focused on imperfections and shortcomings. Their words are often sharp, laced with sarcasm and cynicism, and their criticism is relentless, a constant barrage of negativity. Whether it's your choices, your dreams, your appearance, or even trivial matters, nothing escapes their critical eye, their need to find fault and express their disapproval. But what's truly concerning about perpetual critics is not just their negativity, but the underlying reasons for it, the psychological motivations that drive their constant need to find fault. Often, their criticism is less about the people they target and more about their own insecurities, their own feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. They might be projecting their fears, their disappointments, or their self-doubt onto others, using criticism as a defense mechanism to deflect attention from their own flaws and vulnerabilities. So, how do you deal with such individuals? First, it's crucial to distinguish between constructive criticism, which is intended to help you improve and grow, and destructive criticism, which only aims to belittle and tear you down. Listen to what they say, but more importantly, observe why they say it. What is the motivation behind their words? If you find their criticism is often baseless, driven by negativity and a need to feel superior, it's a sign to maintain your distance, to protect yourself from their toxic influence. Engaging with perpetual critics can be emotionally draining, like trying to fill a cup with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much positivity you pour in, it never seems to be enough. The negativity constantly seeps through, draining your energy and undermining your optimism. Remember, in Stoicism, we learn the importance of focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and responses. And while you can't control what others say, you can control how you react to it, how you choose to internalize their negativity. Setting boundaries is vital. Politely but firmly make it clear that while you are open to constructive feedback and advice, unwarranted negativity is not welcome in your life. If the behavior persists, if they continue to bombard you with criticism despite your attempts to set boundaries, consider limiting your interactions with them, reducing your exposure to their toxic negativity. Your peace of mind and self-esteem are far too valuable to be eroded by constant criticism. They are treasures to be protected and cherished. In essence, The perpetual critic teaches us a valuable lesson in self-respect and resilience. By choosing not to internalize their negativity, by refusing to allow their words to define your worth, you protect your inner peace and safeguard your self-esteem. As we move forward in our exploration, let's carry with us the wisdom to discern what criticism to take to heart, what is truly valuable and helpful, and what to let pass by us like the wind, without allowing it to take root in our hearts. Up next, we'll delve into the third type of individual, continuing our journey towards understanding and Stoic wisdom. 3. The fair-weather friend. As we continue our exploration, we encounter the third type, the fair-weather friend. These are individuals who are all sunshine and smiles when things are going well, when life is easy and enjoyable. They revel in your successes and celebrate your joys. But the moment a storm hits your life, the moment you face challenges or adversity, they are nowhere to be found, their presence as elusive as a phantom. Their friendship is like a leaf in the wind, present in your brightest days, but absent during your darkest hours, offering only fleeting support and superficial connection. The fair-weather friend is often charming and sociable, making you feel like you're truly connected, like you have a genuine bond. However, their loyalty is as fleeting as their presence. It evaporates the moment you need them most. They are there for the good times, the celebrations, and the moments of joy, but when you need support, understanding, or someone to simply listen without judgment, they vanish in a thin air, leaving you feeling abandoned and alone. Identifying a fair-weather friend can be tricky, especially when times are good, when their charm and sociability are on full display. However, pay attention to how they respond when you talk about your challenges, when you share your vulnerabilities, or when you seek their support. Do they change the subject, subtly deflecting the conversation away from your troubles? Do they make excuses, citing their own busy schedules or personal obligations? Or do they simply disappear until the skies are clear again, reappearing only when the good times return? This behavior is a clear indicator of their fair-weather nature, a telltale sign that their friendship is conditional and unreliable. Dealing with such individuals requires a balance of open-heartedness and caution, a blend of genuine connection and healthy detachment. It's okay to enjoy their company, to appreciate their charm and sociability, but be wary of relying on them for emotional support or sharing your deepest vulnerabilities, lest you be disappointed or betrayed. In the philosophy of Stoicism, we are taught to value inner resilience, the ability to withstand hardship and bounce back from adversity, and the strength that comes from within, the inner fortitude that sustains us through difficult times. Relying too much on fair-weather friends can leave you unprepared for life's inevitable storms, undermining your self-reliance and leaving you vulnerable to disappointment. So, cherish the good times with them, appreciate their company when they're present, but also build a support system with people who are there for you unconditionally, individuals who offer unwavering support and genuine empathy, who will stand by your side through thick and thin. These are the friends who truly deserve your trust and respect, the ones who will offer a helping hand, a listening ear, and a shoulder to cry on, regardless of the circumstances. As we move on from the fair-weather friend, we prepare to uncover the fourth type of individual in our journey. Each person we meet along this path teaching us something valuable about ourselves and the world around us. Stay with us as we continue to navigate these insightful revelations, gaining wisdom and discernment with each step. 4. The gossip monger. Next, we turn our focus to the fourth type of individual to be wary of, the gossip monger. This person thrives on rumors and hearsay, their lifeblood fueled by salacious stories and unverified information. They often spread stories that are not theirs to tell, violating confidences and betraying the trust of others, seemingly without remorse. Their conversations are a labyrinth of he said, she said, filled with intimate details about others' lives that are neither confirmed nor relevant to them, a constant stream of negativity and speculation. Gossip mongers often present themselves as well-informed or in the loop, projecting an image of insider knowledge and importance. But the truth is their habit of gossiping is a sign of deeper issues, a reflection of their own insecurities and unmet needs. It may stem from a need for attention, a desire to feel superior to others by possessing and sharing information, or an attempt to redirect attention away from their own lives, deflecting scrutiny and judgment. The danger of engaging with a gossip monger is twofold. Firstly, it involves you in a web of unverified and potentially harmful stories, making you complicit in the spread of negativity and potentially damaging the reputations of others. Secondly, and perhaps more importantly, it sets a precedent for how your own stories might be treated, demonstrating that your confidences are not safe with them. Remember the adage, if they gossip to you, they will gossip about you. How do you handle a gossip monger? The key is not to fuel their fire, to avoid giving them the ammunition they need to continue their habit of spreading rumors. Be cautious about what you share with them, guarding your personal information and sensitive details. And avoid participating in conversations that revolve around gossip, refusing to engage in their negativity and steering clear of the drama. When faced with gossip, a Stoic approach is to either redirect the conversation to more constructive topics, shifting the focus to positive and uplifting subjects, or to politely excuse yourself, removing yourself from the situation and avoiding complicity in their behavior. In Stoicism, we are encouraged to focus on our actions and virtues, cultivating inner excellence and striving to live a life of integrity. This means avoiding engaging in idle talk about others, refraining from spreading rumors and negativity, and focusing on building our own character. This practice not only maintains our integrity, but also protects our mental peace, shielding us from the drama and negativity that gossip inevitably creates. As we leave the gossip monger behind and move forward, let us carry with us the wisdom to engage in conversations that uplift and contribute positively to our lives and those of others, fostering genuine connection and building a community of support and understanding. Up next, we will explore another intriguing personality type on our journey of discernment and understanding, continuing to expand our awareness and cultivate our emotional intelligence. 5. The Narcissist. Part 5 of our journey introduces us to the narcissist. This individual lives in a world that revolves solely around them, their ego inflated and their sense of self-importance boundless. They are often charming and charismatic, drawing you into their orbit with ease, captivating you with their self-assuredness and seeming confidence. However, this charm is a facade, a carefully constructed mask that conceals their deep-seated self-absorption and profound lack of empathy for others, their inability to truly connect with others on an emotional level. The narcissist sees relationships as a means to an end, a way to boost their ego and satisfy their insatiable needs for admiration and attention. They rarely consider the feelings or well-being of others, viewing people as mere objects to be used and discarded as they see fit. Their interactions are often one-sided, characterized by a constant demand for attention and a complete disregard for the needs and feelings of those around them. When engaging with a narcissist, you might find yourself constantly offering support and admiration, showering them with praise and validating their inflated ego, receiving little to nothing in return. Their emotional reciprocity is severely limited, leaving you feeling drained, undervalued, and emotionally depleted. Identifying a narcissist can be challenging, as they are adept at creating a favorable image, meticulously crafting a persona that projects confidence, success, and charm. Yet cracks appear in their facade when they are asked to show empathy, to genuinely connect with others on an emotional level, or to engage in a give-and-take relationship, demonstrating mutuality and reciprocity. Their lack of genuine interest in others' lives and their propensity to steer every conversation back to themselves are telltale signs, red flags that signal their narcissistic tendencies. Dealing with narcissists requires a strong sense of self, unwavering boundaries, and a clear understanding of their manipulative tactics. It's essential to recognize that their behavior is a reflection of their character, not a reflection of your worth. Their actions are driven by their own insecurities and unmet needs, not by any genuine connection or empathy towards you. Engaging with them with an expectation of mutual respect and understanding will often lead to disappointment, as their capacity for genuine connection is severely limited. In Stoic philosophy, we learn the importance of focusing on our virtues, cultivating inner excellence, and striving to live a life of integrity, rather than allowing external behaviors to disturb our inner peace. This wisdom is particularly relevant when interacting with narcissists, as their manipulative tactics and self-centered behavior can easily trigger emotional turmoil and erode our sense of self-worth. By maintaining emotional distance, by refusing to take their actions personally, and by grounding ourselves in our own values, we protect our mental and emotional well-being, shielding ourselves from their toxic influence. As we move beyond the realm of the narcissist, we continue to build our resilience and understanding of human nature, strengthening our capacity to navigate complex relationships and protect our inner peace. Join us in the next segment, where we will delve into another personality type that might be subtly impacting your life, expanding our awareness and cultivating our emotional intelligence. 6. The flatterer. This individual is skilled in the art of giving compliments and making others feel special, a master of charm and ingratiation. But their flattery often has an ulterior motive, a hidden agenda that drives their seemingly generous praise. The flatterer uses praise as a tool to ingratiate themselves, to gain favor, or to manipulate situations to their advantage, their words carefully chosen to elicit a desired response. At first, it might feel good to be on the receiving end of such admiration, to bask in the glow of their praise and feel valued and appreciated. However, it's important to discern whether the compliments are genuine, born out of sincere appreciation, or a means to an end, a calculated tactic designed to manipulate and control. Flatterers tend to lay it on thick, their praise often excessive and insincere. While seemingly pleasant, their compliments can often feel exaggerated, lacking the authenticity and depth of genuine appreciation. The danger of engaging with a flatterer lies in the potential to be swayed by their charm, to be seduced by their praise, and lose sight of your own judgment. Their compliments might lead you to overlook their flaws, to dismiss warning signs, or to make concessions you wouldn't normally consider, compromising your values and jeopardizing your integrity. It's essential to stay grounded, to maintain a healthy skepticism, and not let flattery cloud your judgment. To handle interactions with a flatterer effectively, take their words with a grain of salt, appreciating the compliments, but maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism. Pay attention to their actions, as these often speak louder than their flattering words. Observe their behavior over time, noting whether their actions align with their words and whether their praise is consistently accompanied by ulterior motives. If you notice a pattern of insincere compliments being used to manipulate or gain favors, it's a sign to reassess the relationship, to question their intentions, and protect yourself from their influence. In the context of Stoicism, we are reminded to value honesty and sincerity over superficial praise, to prioritize truth and integrity in our interactions with others. The Stoics teach us to be wary of external validation, to avoid seeking our worth from the opinions of others, to find self-worth from within, cultivating inner excellence and grounding ourselves in our own values. By not relying on the validation of others, especially the flattery of those with ulterior motives, we maintain our independence and self-respect, safeguarding our autonomy and protecting ourselves from manipulation. As we conclude our discussion on the flatterer, we prepare to explore the 7th type of individual in our next segment. Each character we uncover on this journey offering valuable lessons on the complexities of human behavior and the importance of discerning trust and respect. 7. The victim. This individual perpetually sees themselves as besieged by misfortune, always at the mercy of external circumstances, their life a constant struggle against unfair odds. They portray themselves as the perennial underdog, unjustly wronged by life, by people, and by situations, their narrative dominated by complaints and grievances. While empathy for those in difficult circumstances is a virtue, The victim adopts this role as a core part of their identity, often using it to garner sympathy, to evade personal responsibility, and to manipulate others into providing them with support and assistance. The challenge with the victim lies in their refusal to acknowledge any role in their own predicaments, their inability to take ownership of their actions and choices. They often shirk accountability, attributing all their problems to external factors, blaming others for their misfortunes, and refusing to take responsibility for their own lives. Engaging with them can be emotionally draining, as their narrative is dominated by complaints and grievances, leaving little room for positive or constructive dialogue, creating a cycle of negativity that can be difficult to break. Identifying a habitual victim involves recognizing their pattern of blaming others and externalizing their issues. They rarely take steps to change their situation, preferring to wallow in their perceived helplessness, trapped in a cycle of self-pity and despair. When dealing with the victim, it's crucial to maintain a balance between compassion and self-preservation, offering support and understanding while protecting yourself from their negativity. Offering support and advice is commendable, demonstrating empathy and a willingness to help. But beware of being dragged into their cycle of negativity, of becoming enmeshed in their problems, and losing sight of your own well-being. Encourage them to take responsibility for their actions, to acknowledge their role in their own circumstances, and to seek solutions rather than simply lamenting their fate. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught the importance of focusing on what is within our control, our actions, our responses, and our judgments. This principle is particularly relevant when interacting with the victim, as their constant complaints and blame can easily trigger emotional responses and drain our energy. We can offer guidance and support, providing them with resources and encouragement, but ultimately it is up to them to take control of their lives, to embrace responsibility, and to choose a path of self-empowerment. As we move forward from the victim, we do so with the understanding that while compassion is a virtue, it must be tempered with wisdom, discerning when to help and when to step back, recognizing the limits of our own capacity to assist others, and protecting our own emotional health. 8. The envious. In Part 8, we encounter the envious. This type of individual harbors a silent resentment towards others' successes and achievements, their heart filled with jealousy and their mind clouded by comparison. They may appear supportive on the surface, offering congratulations and feigning happiness, but underneath, they are often struggling with feelings of inadequacy, their self-esteem wounded by the success of others. Envy is a subtle emotion, often hidden beneath a veneer of politeness and admiration. It does not always manifest openly, making it one of the more insidious traits to identify. The envious person might give you backhanded compliments, offering praise tinged with negativity, or downplay your accomplishments, subtly diminishing your achievements. Their envy can also manifest in passive-aggressive behavior, expressing their resentment through indirect and subtle actions, or in finding ways to undermine your achievements, sabotaging your efforts, and hindering your progress. They may mimic or attempt to outdo your successes, not out of inspiration or admiration, but out of a desire to compete and prove their superiority, fueled by their own insecurities and unmet needs. Recognizing envy can be challenging, as it often hides behind a facade of friendliness or admiration. Pay attention to how they react to your successes or good news. Do their congratulations feel sincere, or do they always seem to add a negative twist, subtly diminishing your achievements? Do they often compare their achievements to yours, constantly measuring themselves against your success? Dealing with envious individuals requires tact, a firm sense of self-worth, and a healthy dose of detachment. Don't let their envy diminish your achievements or dampen your spirit. Celebrate your successes with those who genuinely support you, sharing your joys with individuals who uplift and encourage you. But be mindful of whom you share them with, guarding your vulnerabilities and protecting yourself from those who might seek to undermine your happiness. While it's natural to want to share good news with an envious person, it might be best to be more reserved, limiting your exposure to their negativity and protecting your own emotional well-being. In Stoic philosophy, we are encouraged to focus on our path, to cultivate inner excellence, and strive to live a life of integrity, and not be swayed by others' negative emotions, recognizing that envy is a reflection of the other person's inner turmoil, not a true evaluation of your worth. By understanding this, you can interact with the envious without internalizing their negativity, maintaining your own sense of self-worth and protecting your inner peace. As we conclude our discussion on the envious, we prepare to unveil the ninth and final type in our exploration. Each personality type we have explored offering insights into human behavior and the importance of choosing our associations wisely. 9. The judgmental. We arrive now at part 9, the conclusion of our exploration with the judgmental. This individual is characterized by their tendency to make quick and harsh judgments about others, their minds filled with rigid opinions and their hearts closed to understanding. They often hold inflexible views of the world and are intolerant of opinions and lifestyles that differ from their own, their perspective limited by their own biases and prejudices. The judgmental person is quick to label, to criticize, and to dismiss others without seeking to understand their perspectives, their actions often driven by a sense of moral or intellectual superiority. Dealing with the judgmental can be challenging because their harsh critiques often lack empathy and understanding, their pronouncements delivered with a condescending tone. They may have a moral or intellectual superiority complex, believing their way of thinking is the only correct one, their opinions presented as absolute truths rather than subjective viewpoints. Their judgments are not just opinions. They are pronouncements that can impact relationships and social dynamics, creating division and fostering resentment. To identify the judgmental, look for signs of inflexibility in their attitudes, a resistance to new ideas, and a lack of openness to different viewpoints. They are often unwilling to engage in meaningful dialogue, preferring instead to impose their views on others, dismissing alternative perspectives, and shutting down any possibility of genuine understanding. When interacting with the judgmental, it's important to maintain your values, to stay true to your beliefs, and not be swayed by their narrow-mindedness, guarding your own perspective and protecting your inner peace. Stay true to your beliefs and avoid getting drawn into fruitless debates, resisting the temptation to engage in arguments that are unlikely to change their minds. The key is to acknowledge their opinions without internalizing them, recognizing that their judgments are a reflection of their own biases and insecurities, not a true reflection of your worth. You can agree to disagree, maintaining a respectful distance, and avoiding the conflict that can arise from engaging in heated debates. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught the importance of developing our character and judgments based on reason, empathy, and understanding, cultivating inner wisdom, and striving to live a life of virtue. We are encouraged to be open-minded, to embrace different perspectives, and to recognize the value in diverse viewpoints, acknowledging the complexity of the world and resisting the urge to simplify it through rigid judgments. This approach helps us to interact with the judgmental without being affected by their narrow views, maintaining our own sense of perspective and protecting our inner peace. As we conclude our series on the 9 types of people who may not deserve your trust and respect, it's important to remember that this is not about casting judgment ourselves, about becoming judgmental in turn. Rather, it's about being aware, about cultivating discernment, and about making informed decisions about the people we allow into our lives. Each of these personality types teaches us something valuable about human nature, about the complexities of human behavior, and about the importance of surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive, and open-minded individuals, fostering genuine connection and building a community of trust and understanding. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through the complex terrain of human relationships. As we navigate our interactions with others, let's carry with us the wisdom and discernment we've gained, applying these insights to build richer, more meaningful connections. Remember, the quality of our relationships greatly influences our happiness and well-being, shaping our experiences and impacting our overall sense of fulfillment. Choosing wisely whom we trust and respect is not just about protecting ourselves. It's about cultivating a life filled with genuine connections and positive experiences, enriching our lives and fostering our growth. In the spirit of Stoicism, let's embrace the power of emotional resilience, the value of true understanding, and the strength that comes from knowing ourselves and others deeply. As we move forward, let's apply these insights to build richer, more meaningful relationships that elevate both our lives and those of the people around us, creating a ripple effect of positivity and fostering a community of support and understanding. Again, thank you for being a part of this series. If you found these insights valuable, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your reflections enrich our collective understanding and contribute to a community of wisdom and growth. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more content that delves into the profound aspects of philosophy, psychology, and personal development. Stay thoughtful, stay curious, and above all, stay true to the path of self-improvement and understanding.